me. I think unfortunately we miss out on such good things, but never underestimate a good story. Okay? Never underestimate a good story. Now, the sad part about this is I really want to have this conversation with you, and 9 times out of 10, you don't have the attention span to retain it, to entertain it, to watch it. And that's not me being disrespectful or trying to jab at you. It's really me telling the truth because I'll be talking to y'all, but y'all just don't be tapping in like y'all should. But anyway, let me get to the point. Everybody has a story, and never underestimate it. If you think about it, right, some of the last few people that's really been going viral, they've been going viral because they've let you in to their story. They've let you in their life, and people watch people tell their stories, and they begin to look in ways that they can relate. And generally, if a person cannot relate with you at all, then they'll just call you crazy. And then they want to know why you would do this and why you would do that. Now, I understand why people do this because there was a time that I would do it. But over time, we evolve. So our viewpoints change. They just do. It's just a part of life. Your viewpoints will change, they will expand. And so I realized that people telling their stories are valuable. It really is. It's very valuable. We dismiss it and we downplay it, but some of the most people have been successful hustling people. Let's really get real about it. They have been excellent hustlers. Why? Because somebody bought their story. They had a good story to tell and it sold. And they resonated with that story. So stories really have power. And we don't share them enough. And we miss those. We miss people with the story sometimes. But when we catch them, and they good, especially a good scary story. We can watch all that dramatic shit. What is that thing? It's something that I watch on Hulu with William Shatner. And one thing I really like about the shit, because he turns around in that chair on the stage. I like how he starts with that. And then that voice comes and it's like, okay, Shat. Yeah. I don't know what it is, but it's like some low-key creepy type stuff that they have never like figured out and discovered. It's really good. I don't know. We could watch shit like that, and we could watch Lifetime. Who is doing all of that? Anyway, we could watch Lifetime. We could watch all type of stuff, but it's nothing compared to a real life story being told. Nothing. So it's so much value in a story. Like I said, people have been pimped because they bought into the story. Somebody told them a good ass story, and it could have been their story. That's the thing. The story really could have been good. No one's saying it wasn't. But the point is, when people buy into your story, they identify with it. I love hearing people's stories. Hey, Alex. Hey, Cliff. I love hearing people's stories. Jose. Everybody comes from somewhere, and everybody has a background, and everybody have a story. And the problem is that people we minimize our own stories, right? We put other people's stuff on the pedestal, and it be the dumbest. Like, it be the dumbest shit that people put on the pedestal when you really think about it. And that's because they don't see the value in their own story. But yet, in fact, you're a walking document. You're a walking, living, and breathing document. But you don't see no value in your story. It's crazy. And that's the thing about the shit. That's the thing about this whole hookup. So we looking over here, we looking over there, we looking everywhere else. But what we're missing is right in front of our face. The whole win to this is realizing your story from beginning to present. See what it was, how it take you, where it took you, what you learned from. I'm telling you, you making a blueprint, right, wrong, or indifferent. As you live and breathe, you leaving a blueprint. And your blueprint and its outcome means something, right? This motherfucker began here and he got there. So sorry for him. Or this motherfucker went from here and they went there. Eat a shit. Whatever the case may be, whatever we want, that's individually based. But your story is profound. But yet you belittle it. And that's where the conflict comes in this external existence. We have so much conflict because if we were really honest, we're not secure in ourselves. Now we can get into a whole dissertation of why that is, but let's just fast forward and get to the point. We don't find value in our story, meaning we don't find value in ourselves. And we rather talk about other people's and their stories because they think their stories are more important. That's why celebrity culture thrives, because people actually believe that these motherfuckers that show their damn ass for a paycheck are goals. And there's nothing wrong with their stories, right? Because that's their story. But it doesn't invalidate yours. So two things can be true. We can look at something and don't agree with it, but realize it's still a thing and it has a story. It just ain't got to be your story. We have a hard time doing that, though. We hold judgments to the stories of others. We have to weigh, if I was, you're not them, motherfucker, that's the point. You're not them. That's the whole point. You are not them. So stop talking about what you would do. You're not in a situation. 2 wives caused me to lose $10 million, honey. And guess what? With that being said, you ain't about to make my hair fall out, okay? I ain't even trying to get into that type of shit. Not tonight. You try to throw something upside my head, baby. You try to, take me out. Listen, $10 million. Who lost $10 million? Why did anybody? Who is the devil that caused you to lose it? What is going on? Yep, you almost got me. I was about to go in. We're not talking about that tonight. We're not talking. Who? But yes, there's a value. Like, I know there's a value in my story, right? The problem is sometimes even those that know the value of their story, they have a hard time telling it. It ain't that they can't share it. It's sometimes it's hard to put things together that you've been living, right? Because it's a lot. It's a lot to take in and a lot to analyze to even be able to tell your story. Because you have to do some kind of analyzation of your story to tell it, right? You've got to add some kind of, you should be doing a review of yourself as you grow. So that is the blueprint to your story. But sometimes we don't know how to put that shit together. And that's where the problem comes in. And then what we do, boom, this for real, this is serious. And then when we do somewhat kind of wrap around, like we realize we got a story is valuable, we sell our story to somebody else. We have somebody else take our shit. They create a whole creation based off of you because you don't know how to package your own shit, but somebody else do. So they sell it. They sell your story because you don't know how to tell it. Man, our stories are worth a lot of fucking money. You as an individual is worth a lot of fucking money. You are a whole case study in itself. Do you understand that? You're a whole phenomenon. You're a whole something to be dissected and re-engineered. That's the whole thing. So, but you don't realize that shit. What are we talking about? Killer eyelashes. Anyway, I hope all is well. And thanks for putting up with me. You crazy. You crazy. You are right. Somehow we always let somebody else come around and profit off of our story. How can somebody else tell your story better than you? And if they can't, or you think they can't, fuck it. Tell your story the best way you can, but don't let somebody else Make money off. That's some fraudulent ass shit. How you gonna? You can't. You leasing my story, motherfucker? How you gonna lease my story? We gotta realize, man, it's so much value in these stories. It's so much value in us. Yep. That was a whole 10-minute rant. But I mean what I said though. At some point you got something out the deal. At some point you got something out of that whole 10 minutes, okay? Sew it up, sew it together, and make it make sense, baby. Okay, I did what I came to do. Listen, if it's a little wait, I'm having a hard time following. Baby, just take a couple deep breaths, sew the shit together that I'm telling you, and you gonna figure it out. You gonna figure it out. Okay? I got faith in you. I got faith that if you watch my shit to any degree, you gotta be able to keep up with me. Right. I'm not saying that I'm the quickest draw in the brain or none of that. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying whatever my speed is, you gotta be on it to be entertaining it. So you figure it out. Yeah, but that's it. I say a whole lot of shit. Probably a whole lot of fucking nothing, but you get what I'm saying. I love y'all for tapping in though. I'm out.